change the fundamental dynamics here. They now have until 5 p.m. tomorrow to make their arguments over the matter, but the matter stays the same. A court in Maryland, a federal judge, has ordered the return of Mr. Abrego Garcia by the end of the night tonight. Well, that's now pushed at least through 5 p.m. tomorrow. The Department of Justice has acknowledged it was a mistaken deportation that shouldn't have taken place, but they've made the argument they can't get him from El Salvador because it's now in El Salvador's jurisdiction.
So, we've got this situation where the Supreme Court, led by Chief Justice Roberts, stepped in and temporarily blocked an order that would force a return of Kilmar Abrego Garcia, a Salvadoran migrant, because he was, well, wrongly deported.
Yep, that's right. And this block, a kind of administrative stay, was issued by the Chief Justice acting on his own to give the full court some time to weigh in, correct?
Exactly. It's like a pause button, while the higher powers consider the legal implications. The trial judge, Paula Xinis, had ordered the return, calling the mistake a grievous error that really shocks the conscience, especially given that Abrego Garcia is now in a notorious Salvadoran prison.
Right. And that order was also criticized by the administration, wasn't it? They argued that the judge overstepped by engaging in what they called district court diplomacy, essentially meddling in foreign policy?
Yep, exactly. The administration, represented by Solicitor General D. John Sauer, argued that if district courts could order the return in this manner, it would set a precedent where they'd have extraterritorial influence over diplomatic relations. It's like saying, hey, a judge can tell the government how to run foreign policy, which, as you can imagine, is controversial.
Mm-hmm. And the administration wasn't just objecting on paper. They also claimed that Abrego Garcia was tied to MS-13, a violent street gang, though the judge dismissed that claim as singular and unsubstantiated.
Right. And the lawyers for Abrego Garcia made a strong point too. They described his situation as almost Kafkaesque, a bizarre administrative mistake, to send someone who's been living freely in the US to a dangerous foreign jail. They emphasized that he's never been charged with a crime.
But here's where it gets interesting. A 3-judge panel from the Court of Appeals really ramped up the rhetoric, with 2 judges even comparing his deportation to an act of official kidnapping. That's some hard-hitting language, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. They highlighted that the government doesn't have the legal authority to just pluck someone off the street. Yet, there was also a dissenting note from one of the panel judges who agreed there was a mistake but felt the order should be read as requiring the government to facilitate his return